in for Broncos.
First full year because he did a partial his rookie season.
Well, so now he's not a rookie.
No. He's actually considered a veteran, believe it or not.
Wow. We knew him when. And
Yes.
now he's got a Super Bowl ring.
Yes, he does. It has been sized and is being fashioned and is going to be his really soon.
And your wife, Karen, his mom, is getting a ring that says Todd's mom on or something like that on it? You haven't heard about that yet.
That is news to me. I hope there's a matching set with Todd's dad on it, but
We couldn't be any happier, could we?
no, not at all. He's living his dream, and he earned it.
And he earned it.
And he earned it.
And now we put about 10, 11, 12, 15 more of those seasons together.
Yes.
And it just doesn't get any better.
No, didn't get any better.
So
He's at the pinnacle.
Todd grew up here in the Antelope Valley.
Yes, he did. He is he is a transplant from Inglewood, California. He actually was born, in our apartment, not in our apartment, but by way of Cedars-Sinai Hospital.
Right.
He was born, his native home is Inglewood, California. And at the age of, we've been here since 2000, so at the age of 8, 9 years old, that's when we moved from Inglewood, and now we've called the better portion of his life Palmdale and the Antelope Valley.
Well, the Antelope Valley is definitely going to claim him. He went to school here.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Paraclete?
Yes, he went to Paraclete for high school. He went to Desert Christian for junior. He went to Esperanza, and I'm trying to remember the other elementary school. But yes, because you have had him more than 50% of his natural life.
Yeah.
We can call him. He is a native son of the Antelope Valley.
And you came over today because he's coming back this summer.
Yes.
And he's putting a camp together. Well, this one is a celebrity golf tournament.
Yes, which is a very important component of the camp.
Why don't you explain to me how this all works?
Sure, will do. The origins of this trail back to Todd's being at Paraclete High School, having a dream to play professional football, not sidestepping, of course, having to play college to bridge the gap to not only play football, but to realize his education and social and emotional and life developments necessary to prepare him for the transition from being at home in high school to being on his own as a professional. And so Todd had some very, very unique experiences, and his experiences were as unique as this, is that as he was coming from Paraclete, which is not a nationally known, not even a locally known program, not as renowned, not as prestigious as some that we can name, but we choose not to. Todd's experience being from Paraclete and Lancaster garnered responses to this degree. Talked to I don't remember, he's part of the defensive coaching staff at a very prestigious, very nationally and globally renowned local university in Northern California. And his response in talking to him about Todd was this, that he knew who Todd was. They had varying degrees of recruiting boards. And
Wow.
with that, they had one red board, which is where the higher, more touted recruits. They had a brown board. Todd didn't make the red. In their opinion, he made the brown. And by him being one shade darker,
Yeah.
The response that I got, even knowing that he's coming from Paraclete High School, a college preparatory, so he had the education and academics to be able to compete at that level, at the university level, his response to me was simply this, and I will never forget. I remember like it was yesterday. His response.
He's eating these words now.
And I can tell you some of the reasons why. And I don't know if he has it in a bowl of cereal with some milk and fruit, but yes, I have.
Lots of sugar. Hopefully.
Yes, lots of sugar. His response to me was this. He said, well, we really don't recruit from Lancaster.
Wow.
That was his simple response.
Wow.
He had nothing more. He didn't say Todd didn't have the academics. He didn't say Todd didn't have the football intelligence, didn't have the statistics, and didn't have the size and the speed and the skill sets and abilities. He said simply, we really don't recruit from Lancaster. And if I may add a caveat to that, and that's one of the reasons why Todd is coming. And he's come second year in a row to bring a camp to the Antelope Valley, because it's not a lack of talent. It is really a lack of awareness and exposure that we have persons that can compete at the highest level of sports, and we shouldn't hold the fact of where they live against the fact that they can do what other people do that live in other places than them. So that's why Todd feels he's responsible.
So yeah, so these schools can only gather people from certain zip codes.
Yes, thinking that because of where they live, they don't have the skill to be. Now, fast forward, Todd ends up not being good enough to be recruited by that school from Lancaster. This past February, January, his team ends up practicing on the same field for the Super Bowl, to which he happens to be the captain of special teams and out for the coin toss. He sets foot on the same field as a professional that he was not good enough to set foot on as a college football player.
Goosebumps.
Yes, sir.
You know, that's got to give, I mean, besides from the payback aspect, that's got to give kids a hope.
Sure.
Some hope.
Sure, sure. And that's what he did. He feels that he is a purveyor of hope. He is, I wouldn't say crusader of hope, but he definitely feels that he is a messenger of hope. And he has the ability, he has the opportunity to be able to give back, even though his mail goes to a different address.
Yeah.
His heart is still in the Antelope Valley.
He put us on the map.
Yes, he did.
So,
And Antelope Valley actually helped put him on the map too, because if it wasn't for persons like yourself and this community rallying around him and supporting him, because this community is the one that came out to the games to support him at Paraclete in Highland Youth Football.
Todd, I just got to tell you, I thought I was going to that San Diego game, and I thought, you know, well, he just has hundreds of tickets. He can comp to all of his friends and hanger-oners. But I went on the website to buy a ticket.
Yes, sir.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, sir.
I think I'm going to have to watch it on TV and send my regards. Maybe give his mom some flowers or something.
Yes, that'll work.
Wow.
Yes,
that
sir.
is, that's, to be a fan in the NFL, you must be dedicated.
Absolutely. Dedicated mentally, emotionally, physically, as well as financially.
Speaking of finances, how do people get involved with what Todd's doing here this summer?
Well, if they were to go on the website, www.todddavisaplus.org, they will find information on the camp. The camp is now, the host site is Antelope Valley College in Lancaster, California, which we so appreciate them extending us that facility because we're expecting a big response.
Well, it is, for your event and for the college, it's just a win-win.
Yes, sir.
It's a wonderful thing to do.
Yes,
You know, I was reading through this and wondering how I could help. So I just wrote a little check. I wrote a check.
Yes.
I'd like to sponsor one kid,
God bless you. Appreciate that.
boy or girl, I don't care.
Okay.
The next NFL quarterback,
Sure. Boy or girl?
boy or girl.
Boy or girl?
You don't know.
And we so appreciate this. Again, blessings to you from the Lord. This is what the camp is all about. It's to give an opportunity to those, again, because of where they live, and also because there are those that don't have the economics. And so we are, and thank you for being a volunteer supporter, we're looking for as many persons to support. There are certain children that, because of where they live, they are more disenfranchised or more marginalized. And we need the community to be able to rally around individually, collectively, corporate. Sponsorships are desperately needed because we're trying to not allow the door to be closed on anyone. And the way to maintain an open doors is because this is going to be a 100% camp free. We need the support necessary to make it the free camp. So support is definitely needed, large or small, whether it's one child like you, Chris, whether it's 10 child like a corporation can do, large or small. We need everyone to rally around because we are believing for support enough to make this camp free to upwards of 400 to 500 children.
You bring other people in to help Todd put the camp on.
Yes.
Yeah. This is the event that was out at, was that Highland?
Yes, it was Highland. The inaugural year was at Highland High School.
Yeah, and Penny from my flower shop, who is a big Bronco fan,
Yes.
and has been, it's not like she just went out and bought
Sure.
the jacket.
Yeah.
She got to go down on the field and,
Yes.
and meet Todd Davis and
Yeah.
tell him some stories about 20 years ago when her dad was a fan and all that. So it just really,
Amazing.
whew,
Amazing.
just made a circle right there.
Amazing, amazing. And that's what it's all about.
That is what it's all about. So, the event again is Thursday, July 14th. So that's kind of interesting to have a golf tournament on a Thursday, because usually they're on Mondays when the course is closed.
Sure, but it's all in the weekend event.
Right.
So that spills into bowling, which is that Friday, the 15th.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I missed the bowling.
Yes, there is also bowling.
Those are all the same.
So we go from the greens to the lanes.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's, again, those are two vehicles, two avenues to which support is going to be secured.
Todd Davis, you have an event coming up the weekend of July 14th, 15th, 16th. Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
Couldn't set it better myself,
Okay.
Chris.
Contact information, 661-272-9830. Todd, thanks for being on the show.
Pleasure's all mine. Thank you for having me.